Danny Ramadan is known for his powerful fiction about queer Syrian Canadian experiences, but he has never written about it with such a personal lens until now with his new memoir.
It is called Crooked Teeth, a queer Syrian refugee memoir. It is a story of growing up queer in Syria, resettlement in Canada, and finding community against extraordinary odds. And Danny joins us now. Welcome to TMS.
Thank you so much for hosting me. I appreciate it.
It is our pleasure. Why was now the right time to tell your story?
I've always been an author. I've been an author since I was 19 when I published my first collection of short stories. And then I came here to Canada as a refugee in 2014. And when I tell people that I wanted to be an author, everybody asked me for a memoir. And it makes sense, right? It's a queer Syrian refugee memoir. It would be delicious to read, honestly. But I wasn't ready to write it at the time. I was still struggling with PTSD. I was going to therapy. I didn't feel like I had the community to support me as I was working on this book. And then a couple of years ago, I want to say, I sat down with myself. I am a successful author. I have multiple books that thankfully won multiple awards. I'm married to the man of my dreams. I have 2 dogs who think that I'm God. So I felt that I'm ready now. I have the community. I have the support to be able to write this book.
Okay, you posted an Instagram video of you unboxing your book, and you say the title, Crooked Teeth, a queer Syrian refugee memoir, is much more serious than you wanted it to be. Why is that, Danny?
I think I wrote the book with the intention of walking trauma and humor hand in hand. And that makes sense to me because a lot of times when you're navigating your traumatic past, when you're talking about traumatic experiences, you switch to humor because it's the way that humans just release some of that tension, right? But then when I was doing the unboxing and I read the title, probably for the first time, this out loud, I was like, that is a very serious title. I wanted people to read the book and I wanted to get to know me as a human. And I wanted to make sure that I'm giving you the story of a lot of traumatic experiences, but at the same time taking care of you as the reader, making sure that it breaks a bit every now and then with some humor.
And taking care of yourself at the same time. I feel like that sounds like the process. By the time you got to, now that you were ready to write this, you were at that point in your own journey. But what was it like to go back and go back to Damascus and Cairo and Beirut and then eventually to Vancouver? How was that? You talk about the PTSD. How was that going back along that path to get here?
I struggled with that quite a lot, actually. So I would say in the first draft, that draft was very sad to me. When I finished reading it, I honestly just closed the book and went back to therapy. I just called my therapist and I was like, I need to spend some time with you. And then I went back and I wrote a second draft and it was a bit angry. It was really surprising to me how angry that draft is. And I didn't think that that was fair to you as a reader as well. So finding that balance of writing the book where it is truthful, it is about the experiences that I went through, but also brings the joys of the people that I met, the communities that I met in Beirut, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Egypt, the lovers that I met in my life, the intimacy, the people that I belong to, the people who belong to me. All of that genuinely was what the book needed, how I wanted to share my story in this book.
Now, Danny, I know you've also talked about how you didn't care to give the details of your traumatic imprisonment by the Syrian regime. Can you talk to us a bit about that and maybe, I guess, the struggle of the idea of wanting to tell your story, but maybe not all of it?
Absolutely. I made a conscious decision when I was writing this book that I wanted to share with you as much as I can, while also protecting myself and protecting you as the reader. There's a moment in that chapter where I stopped telling and I talk to you as the reader directly and I ask you, why do you need more? What is more of me being imprisoned by the Syrian regime would help you understand me? How would that validate the book for you, right? I thought that if I shared some more, I'm actually causing you harm as the reader while also causing myself harm. This book is going to be on the shelves of people hopefully for years to come. The audiobook is by my own voice. And I wanted to make sure that 10 years, 20 years from now, I'll still be comfortable and proud of the work that I did.
That's looking forward. Looking back, what would you want to say to a younger self?
Gosh. I would say if you asked 12-year-old Danny if he is going to be on TV one day talking about his many books, would he believe it? And I'm wondering if he would. I think he would. I think I knew all along that this is my path, this is what I wanted to do. I just didn't expect all of those joys and happiness that I have right now. I have a man, a husband that I really love. I have a career that I'm really happy about. I'm proud of where I am. I'm proud of being Canadian. I'm proud of being Syrian. And it is a beautiful place to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, Crooked Teeth, a Queer Syrian Refugee Memoir. It is out today. Danny, thank you so much for dropping by and sharing your story with us.
Thanks so much for hosting me. I appreciate it. Thank you.